Welcome back to another FIFA 21 Ultimate Team video. Now, since my last video dropped, EA have very kindly dropped some player ratings over the last week or so. However, some of them are quite controversial, so I'm not too sure what EA are planning, but I think we should discuss some of those. So let's get straight into that. So taking a look at these, I'm going to start off by looking at Aubameyang. Now, this one I'm very confused about because last season he had an 88 rated cards and this season he's got an 87. So he's had a one downgrade, which I'm very confused about. Because if you follow the Premier League, Aubameyang is a consistent striker every season. For the last, I think, 3 seasons, he has been getting, I think, 20 plus goals each year. So last season he banged 22 goals and got 3 assists in the Prem. So I'm a little bit confused why he has deserved a downgrade to an 87 down from an 88. I'm a Liverpool fan myself, but he's got the same stats as Bobby Firmino, which for me, I think Aubameyang is slightly better in that area, especially as a striker, and he's probably one of the best strikers in the Premier League at the moment. So I'm a little bit confused why Aubameyang has had a downgrade, especially on his pace, because he is one of the fastest in the Premier League. So I'm a little bit confused. He has had an upgrade on his dribbling and his shooting. But yeah, he's had that pace downgrade and the overall downgrade, so I'm a little bit confused. He has moved to a high work rate, which I guess is an upgrade, but yeah, I'm just a bit confused what they're doing there. So another Premier League striker that's taken a downgrade, which I'm very confused about as well, is Timo Werner. So Werner got 28 goals and 8 assists in the league last season for Leipzig, and obviously he's moved to Chelsea now. But he's had a downgrade from 86 to 85. So again, I'm not too sure what EA's mindset behind this is. He's had, again, a pace downgrade, much like Aubameyang. He's gone from a 92 pace to a 91 pace. So I'm not too sure. His shooting's got worse. His dribbling's remained the same. His passing's got worse. So I'm not really too sure what's going on at EA, why they're bringing someone down who gets 28 goals and 8 assists in the league, that he gets a downgrade. So I'm a little bit confused there what's going on. I don't know why they're bringing pace down on players. But these aren't some of the main pace downgrades, which I'll go on to in a second. But yeah, I think Werner should have at least been an 86 or an 87 like he was last season. So the next two I'm going to discuss are two probably very controversial players. Since the EA have released the ratings, a lot of people have been confused about these two. So, Gnabry. Last season, 90 pace, absolute just terror on the wing. Like, you don't want to play against him. His dribbling, his pace, he would just destroy you. This season, EA have taken a completely different approach. He has had a downgrade on pace massively. So he's an 8 downgrade from 90 pace to 82 pace, as you can see. So it's a bit confusing because Gnabry is one of the fastest players in the Bundesliga. So I'm not too sure how EA can justify like knocking his pace down by 8. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that it was a typo and it was meant to be 92 pace and they've accidentally put it as 82. But I'd like to think there's going to be some changes before the release of the game. Card-wise, obviously he's had an upgrade, but obviously there's that massive controversial area where his pace has just been knocked down by 8. And he's also joined by Jadon Sancho, who has had exactly the same happen to him. He's had a massive card upgrade from 84 to 87. However, his pace has gone from 88 to 83. So obviously his dribbling's gone up, his shooting's gone up, his passing's gone up. But I'm just not sure why EA are knocking down the pace. Again, with Gnabry, he's probably one of the faster players in the Bundesliga. So I don't know if EA are going to take a different approach with this FIFA and there's going to be like a massive pace downgrade on a load of players. But obviously you've still got quite a few fast players on the game. People like Alphonso Davies has got mad pace. So yeah, I'm not really too sure. Hopefully EA will change that before the game comes out, or at least make it clear why they've massively reduced these players' pace, because clearly they're fast players and it's just a bit weird that they've knocked them down so much. So one card I'm a little bit upset about is Danny Ings. So I did actually predict that he'd get an 80 rated card this season. However, I was probably being a little bit harsh when I said 80 rated. Last season obviously he had the 86 rated card and he has had a tremendous season. I think when I say I was being harsh, I think he does deserve something slightly higher than 80. I'm a bit confused that when you score 22 goals and get 2 assists in the Premier League, you don't get a slightly better card. He was a contender for the Golden Boot. Obviously, he was beaten by Jamie Vardy. However, I just think 80 is a bit harsh. Even if it was 81, 82, just something slightly higher, because you've got players like Mason Mount and Dominic Calvert-Lewin that have very similar ratings, at least. So Mount has 80, Calvert-Lewin has 79. And obviously, neither of those were the Golden Boot contenders, and it's just a bit confusing that EA have, refused to knock his card up a little bit more. Because as I say, last season he was a 76, and he has gone above and beyond and should be probably getting an 81, 82 rated card, if not more. So again, hopefully he'll be one of those players that might get a little boost just before the game comes out, because I don't think that justifies how good he was as a player last season. Now, these next ones, I know a few people have already discussed this, but as a Liverpool fan, I thought I would cover this area. So it is Thiago and Jordan Henderson. Now, I know a lot of people, there's a lot of Liverpool haters out there who will say Henderson does not deserve an 86 rated card. Now, as a Liverpool fan, I'm delighted. I'm delighted that he's got an 86 rated card, up from the 83 he had. The confusion I have, though, is compared to Thiago, who has had a massive downgrade. So Thiago's gone from an 87 rated to an 85 rated card this season, which I'm a little bit confused about, because he's obviously won the treble with Bayern Munich, yet he has got himself a downgrade in cards. So, and the worst thing is it was a 2 downgrade, so I'm a bit confused what's happened. Pace, sure, he's getting older, so maybe, they knock that pace down, that's fine. They've clearly done that with some other players in the Bundesliga for some reason. He hasn't really suffered in many areas. His shooting's gone down, his pace has gone down, but just the overall in general, I'm a bit confused why that's gone down and he's lower than Henderson, because although I love Henderson and, forever a Liverpool fan, however, Thiago is an elite footballer, and I'm a bit confused that he is lower than John Henderson at 85. So the last player I just wanted to touch on was Romelu Lukaku. So if you've seen his card, you'll notice it's not even changed since last season, which is a bit disrespectful considering the season he's had. So he's got an 85 rated card, the exact same as last year, with a few little tweaks on his stats. So he's got more pace and slightly more shooting, but really not much. He's got 82 last season, 83 this season. The reason I'm shocked, he got 23 goals in the league, and he got, I think, 40 when you include the cups, 40 something with the cups. So he had a really good season, but he's only had a 1 upgrade on his shooting and 0 upgrade on his overall. So I'm a little bit confused there, because when you look at players like Aubameyang, who, again, different leagues of course, but Aubameyang got 22 goals in the league, Lukaku got 23, and yet Lukaku's sitting on 85, he didn't even get an upgrade. And of course Aubameyang got a downgrade, but I'm surprised Lukaku's not sitting somewhere at least an 86 or an 87, considering the season he had. So I'm a bit confused why EA hasn't upgraded him. I'm not sure how they decide their ratings, but you would think if someone's scoring 40 goals plus in a season, plus the assists, you'd expect them to get an upgrade on FIFA. So I'm a little bit confused. I would like to think FIFA are going to change some of these moving into like the release of the game. I know people were talking about Sancho and Gnabry quite a lot with the massive pace downgrade they've had. So unless there's a reason EA have done all this, maybe they've changed the way the game plays this year, and pace will be a completely different thing. But it's just a bit shocking when you've got players like Gnabry with like an 8 pace downgrade, and then some of these just unbalanced players and downgrades and upgrades that don't really make sense. So hopefully they'll address that and fix some of the issues there. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please, like always, go down below, hit the subscribe button and the like button, and turn on notifications. I will be popping some more videos live soon, FIFA videos and some of my other playthroughs that I've been doing, such as Marvel and Halo, and hopefully a Star Wars one soon as well. So yeah, keep looking at the channel. I appreciate every single one of you that pops by. Thank you very much. Peace out.